Hi, this is Shelly Peterson, and today I'm going to be presenting Deconstructing Relief Aid Perspectives. Many nations, especially poor ones, endure natural disasters, war, and inhumane treatment of their citizens. Wealthier nations, such as the United States, offers relief aid and emergency responses to alleviate the suffering of people from around the world. My essay that I was assigned was Ida Mudawa Combo's Understanding Haiti's Tragedy in a Global Text. She believes that there are underlying reasons why the Western world responds and ignores various nations that suffer. In her essay, she examines the Western world's response to the earthquake that devastated Haiti in 2010, as well as how they ignored other tragedies in places such as Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Burundi. She has met and talked with victims, traveled the world to see things firsthand, and has studied the actions of nations in regards to human suffering. She has a unique perspective towards theories regarding these matters, and I believe that she is very credible. She points out that historical and political motives play a huge part in why nations offer aid and why sometimes they refuse it. She uncovered several issues regarding human suffering as she deconstructed relief aid and emergency responses. This is an important topic because it's an understanding of how and why the United States and other Western worlds respond to global tragedies. The relevance to this course is within its rhetorical message. It talks about diversity and global connections. The invisible layers are media, news reports, money, and supplies. All these can be seen on the media. However, the non-visible ones are the unheard cries of people that suffer every day with no media coverage. The media is able to bring tragedies and sufferings to the attention of the world. However, it can overplay its role by focusing on a single event while ignoring other nations that are suffering as well. Sometimes the media will focus on the outpour of support, such as relief efforts in Haiti, while it fails to report that in some cases the money and supplies that are sent overseas do not reach those for whom they are intended. According to Mudawa Combo, wealthy countries often ignore poor countries or countries that are mostly populated by non-white citizens, such as Africa. She has stated that it is due to how they were treated in the colonial times. When the Western world developed, they simply turned their backs on the third world countries. Countries that have refugees are forced to wait for relief instead of receiving assistance to prevent human suffering. Political motives play a huge part. During critical political time periods, politicians often use human sufferings and conditions as a platform for their elections. However, once the elections are over, the issues are ignored or not acted upon. For example, Hillary Clinton once called for an end to the sexual abuse and mutilations that occur in the Eastern Congo. But despite the millions of dollars that were provided to end the violence, little improvements have been made since then. Survivors of the 1994 genocide fled the country and are forced to live as refugees alongside Congolese refugees that were also displaced. There has been no global effort to ensure that these refugees have a safe return to their homelands. Western countries spend millions of dollars to mine minerals from areas such as the Eastern Congo and Africa, yet they ignore the conditions of the humans that live in these areas. They are more concerned with natural gas, coal, copper, gold, silver, diamonds, and other gems than the value of human life. The sexual violence of the Eastern Congo is horrific. Women and children suffer from sexual abuse and mutilations. It is difficult to change an entire society's belief once they have been rooted in religion and lifestyles for centuries. It is these cultures that have beliefs that they should mutilate these women. And it's just horrific what these women go through. We have to find a way to reach the governments and the people of these societies and change their belief systems so that we can help these women and children. Mutu Okombo referred to Chimamanda Adichie's work titled The Danger of the Story. Mutu Okombo agreed with Adichie's view that when recognizing human suffering, it is important to know the individual story. Each person has a unique perspective about their lives and experiences, and when people listen to individual stories, they gain further insight into the meaning of suffering, the meaning of witnessing suffering, and surviving it. It is difficult for citizens of wealthy nations to understand what life is like for citizens of poor countries. For example, if students in the wealthier nations are taught the reasons why other nations are poor, then they can begin to understand the conditions that these people live in, and they can bring about changes that will help put an end to human suffering. According to Mutu Okombo, to improve human relations, we will have to engage in communication that promotes compassion, empathy, and trust. And last, collaboration. Collaboration is the key. She wrote, "A glimmer of hope lies in a collaborative effort by individuals, international organizations, and community-based groups who have the drive to do, in ways, what the media, politicians, and governments are not able to do." I ask all of you to look in the mirror and know that you can make a difference. And the why is separated so that you know why you can make the difference. The best search model for analyzing her essay is ideological approaches, and they are discussed in Chapter 14 of the Making Sense of Messages textbook that was written by Mark Stoner and Sally Perkins. The narrative paradigm approach would be a good alternative to this one because it could be used to analyze the characters of our stories and the settings in which the tragedies take place. However, ideological approaches are better because they utilize Marxism, hegemony, marginalization, and legitimation to analyze a rhetorical essay or speech. These approaches go hand in hand with the theme of Mutu Okombo's essay. Furthermore, the ideological approach would invoke more critical thinking than the other search models. According to Stoner and Perkins, the term ideology refers to culturally shared beliefs about how the world is created, structured, ordered, etc., and how it ought to be. Mutu Okombo would like the world to change its ideology with respect to human suffering. Thank you. The end.